Hey, TikTok. So I told you about this property. Manny, if you could just show everybody the property, please. Okay, Manny's my cameraman today. Okay, so unlike the TV shows, okay, yeah, they get all the big expensive props and all this stuff, and they lie about expenses and what they do. I'm going to tell you the truth on what I do with my properties. Anyway, this is the one, it's a 7-unit. I paid $425 for it. It does need a lot of renovations and cleanup. The guys have spent 3 days cleaning up. It already looks great, okay? Anyway, I pointed out the gazebo the other day. The gazebo is buried in the trees, but to me, that's a focal point of the property. I want the gazebo to be shown. So I'm going to show you that I do get involved. If you notice, look, I even put my lumberjack clothes on today to show you that I do some work. Manny will tell you I do work once in a while. You know, okay, he hasn't seen me all summer, so this is my first time doing work. But see, I got my lumberjack clothes on. All right, so let's get the tools. Let's get the tools. All right, I'm going to go over to my truck now. This is my work truck. All right. Oh, okay. I must have already taken it out. I need the battery. All right. So anyway, I use the Dewalt Chainsaw when I cut down the trees. It actually does a pretty good job. So let's go see if we can get the... Oh, here it is. I already took it out. So this is my tool crib right here. So I'm going to open up my tool crib. There we go. All right, I keep my batteries, all my Dewalt tools, my ladder in case I have to get some high branches. Okay, my tools. So that shows you that I actually do work. Okay, these are my tools. When I go to an auction, I carry locks with me because if I win the house at the auction, the very first thing that day is I change the lock. Why? Because there are a lot of unscrupulous people that go to the auctions and they'll go and they'll sneak in the house if there's a lot of good valuables and they strip the house. So the first thing I do is I change the lock. So I carry locks with me. I carry with me a ladder in case I have to climb in a window lock. There's a collapsible ladder, okay? I got a flashlight because a lot of the houses, the power's off, so you need a flashlight. So these are the tools of the trade to going to auctions, okay? These are the true tools of the trade. You want these things because it makes it easier when you win the house at the auction. If you don't win the house, then it doesn't matter, but at least you have the tools with you. The only thing I don't have here with me is I usually put a lock box. So even though I change the lock, I put a lockbox in the house with a key in it. So the contractors, anybody who's going in the house, I can send somebody over there. I give them the code to the lockbox. So that's the story with that. So anyway, now close the trunk. And this is a great tool. I'm telling you, you know, it's battery operated, DeWalt tool, but I love it. It does a perfect job, and you will see. Come on, man, we're gonna go right over to the chainsaw. So this gazebo is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, now it's funny, like on TV, you'll see like the Property Brothers and the Fix-It Brothers and this brother and that sister and that, you know, you see them chopping out the kitchen, taking out the cabinets. You know, and I know as soon as the camera goes off, they got somebody else doing it. So you know what? I'm going to do the same thing. So anyway, so what happens is we're going to clear all these out and just leave the gazebo. So what you do is you go down here and you just, you know, you hold your see, look how easy that is, okay? 5 minutes, I'll have this all ready to go. This one's a tough one. I'll edit this and it'll be like, I'll make it look like it was 30 seconds. Just like they do on TV. Timber! Timber! Whew. So that's it. That's how it's done. Nice and simple. All right, so now I'm going to leave and my guys are going to finish it. When I come back next week, it's going to be beautiful. So anyway, no, we're going to clear this all out and that's nice. All right, any questions? We'll come back later. All right, good. So anyway, like I was saying, in this one here, we're going to restore it. We're going to rent it. I do keep these properties I keep, okay? They just put the new gas lines in. So the guys have been here for 3 days cleaning. This particular apartment looks like it was renovated probably around 1970. The reason I know that is because the paneling. There's paneling everywhere, okay? Paneling was popular back then. There's paneling everywhere. This is a unique apartment. This is a 3-bedroom apartment. Has its own laundry room over here. Okay, I don't know if I would leave this whole big thing as a laundry room. To me, this is a bedroom with a closet. So we might have to move that somewhere, or maybe put that doors on the closet. Anyway, they took the floors out and put all new flooring in. We're gonna listen. These are beautiful curtains, so I'll probably keep these. No, I'm kidding. This is all junk. They'll throw this all away. But here's the paneling. I'm going to assume by pushing on the paneling, there's room behind it. So unfortunately, they did not sheetrock or plaster back then first. So this is an uninsulated outside wall. So we'll take the paneling down, we'll insulate it, and we'll sheetrock it. Same thing here. Now this wall though is back to back with the other apartment. I don't have to, by code, I don't have to insulate it, but I do because it helps with soundproofing. If you think about it, if you only have 2 pieces of paneling, one on this side, one on this side, there's no soundproofing, okay? If you can hear you breathe. So that's what I do. On the inside walls, I don't have to insulate them, but I do. Now this wall here, this petition, I'm going to take this out. There's no reason for it. Look, it cuts the room in half. You could still have a table and chairs here, but you limit yourself with this wall. So this wall will come out, okay? The TV, we can find a place for the TV, all right? But that wall does not need to be there. What's interesting is that right there. I don't know what that is. See that little jut out? Oh, it's part of the kitchen. So what they do is they put the kitchen back there, which is fine. So this is the kitchen. Obviously, the kitchen needs a complete redo. It's interesting because these 12 by 12 squares for the ceiling, they're actually, other than being stained from 40 years of smoking, they're in good shape. So I'm going to paint them. There's no reason to rip that down. There's not going to be any value to me ripping it down. I'd rather just repaint it a nice bright white. You can see one was repaired right here. Look at the difference. You can see white, white as opposed to smoke stain. When we paint this apartment, I use it's an off-white, it's like a gray, it's called taupe tease. I use it in all my flip houses. That's what this will be painted. It brightens it right up. I put new LED light fixtures in. So anyway, so that's what I do with these apartments. So people say, okay, Jeff, how much is it to renovate that apartment? This apartment is probably going to cost me, all said and done, about $17,000 to do this apartment. When this apartment is done, it will be brand new for $17,000, okay? Obviously, most of the money is in the kitchen and the bathroom, okay? Because the fixtures, the appliances, I do granite countertops, I do stainless steel appliances. I think I've talked about that before. So, this is a great area where I'm at. This is a beautiful area. I love this area. I do, so I buy new appliances, stainless steel appliances, granite countertops, and I even do it in the bad neighborhoods or low-income neighborhoods, questionable neighborhoods. First of all, I think the tenants love it. They take pride in where they live. They take care of their apartment. They want to go back to a nice apartment every day. I think it encourages them to pay their rent on time. And, they don't pay any more for rent in those apartments than any others. For me, it's a long-term investment. If they, and I want people to take pride in where they live. If they go into a nice apartment with granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, and of course they furnish it themselves. I put nice carpets in, or I'll put nice flooring in, and so that's what I do with my apartments. I don't try to put lipstick on a pig. It's not worth it. It's not a long-term a solution, so that's my position on it. I know some landlords, they just want to get the apartments rented, whatever it is, what it is. The problem that I have with that is this, and realistically, if you're an investor, I buy some buildings and the tenants are paying $600 a month when the market value for that apartment should be $1,100. But they're living in squalor, they're living in a shitty apartment. So why not fix it up? Why not make it at least market value? I'm not saying overcharge, but you make it market value. Now, I've had people say, greedy landlord. Again, my apartments are all rented. I have a waiting list. And if I was charging too much, I would have empty apartments. That doesn't do any good. That's like any store charging too much for a product. If milk is $3 at one store and $2 at the other store, where are you going to go? You're going to go to the $2 store. You're not going to buy it at the $3 store. So that's my philosophy on it. It works for me. It may not work for everybody else. I have a friend of mine who's an investor who has partners. Well, the partners, they just want to see the profit come in, the profit come in, the profit come in. So he has to answer to them. They set the tone with the profits, how much they want to charge.
I like being my own investor because I can charge what I want to charge and what's comfortable for me. So this particular house, getting back to that, the 1-bedroom apartments are going to rent for $1,000 a month. The 2 bedrooms will be $1,100, and the 3 bedrooms will probably be $1,250. They do pay their own heat and electricity, okay, in this. But when we insulate it, obviously the heating costs will go down. They're small apartments. The electric bill should be not that much. We found a trailer. So sometimes you find some real gems at the properties, and yeah, that's a trailer. We'll fix that up. We can use that trailer. We'll put some sides on it, use it to move appliances, trash, whatever. I bought a building, well, actually, I'm going to save that TikTok for tonight. That's a good one for tonight. Basically talking about what extra stuff I get when I buy a property. That's pretty interesting. In fact, I will talk about that because I have a few stories on that, and I think you'd find those interesting. But anyway, so as an investor, I told you what we'd be getting for the apartments, okay? So I'll be getting $2,000 for the 1 bedrooms, $2,200 for the 2 bedrooms, that's $42, and then let's say $1,200 for the 3 bedrooms, that's, $42 and $24, so we're looking at, $6,600 gross income. That's gross income. The taxes on this property are a little high. West Warwick and Coventry is high. This abuts West Warwick and Coventry. The taxes are about $8,000 a year. So, and then insurance is $4,000. So that's $1,000 a month right there for taxes and insurance. So 66, if you take the $1,000 off, say you're at $5,600. I got my mortgage. Mortgage on $425,000 would be about $2,500. Okay, so that's okay. So when this is all said and done and rented, this property will make about $2,500 a month. That is an excellent return on an investment. They're all not like this. I was able to get it because a little distressed, needs work. Excellent return on my investment. And I know just from my experience, these will be long-term tenants. Whoever I rent this to will stay here a long time because of the yard, the upgrades, the parking, the privacy. It's a dead-end road. It's the last house in the whole. You drive in, and this is it. It's 2 acres, 6 apartments on 2 acres of land. You can't beat that.
So everyone saw my TikToks about hiring a landscaper. That's Mike the landscaper. He's a landscaper. He has yet to do landscaping, though, because we keep sending out to clean properties. And then on the rainy days, he can't landscape. But no, he's doing an excellent job. And so everyone's here just working. The guy's having a good time.